Alrighty, well, good morning everyone. We are ready to do our block 7 of our spring mystery block. My name is Annemieke and I'm here with Emily at Kelly Quilt Co. and here in Rancho Cordova, and we're going to get started today. So today we're doing a different version. We're doing the Amish Whirl, which is on your page 61. And I'm doing the lower one with the A's versus the one on top with the B's. Other thing I have to say, in your bundle you have enough fabric to make one of each of these blocks. Actually, you probably have enough to make 2, which is what I've been doing. But unfortunately, I cut the block too much last time, so I have extra blocks, and so I didn't have enough fabric to do it in the fabric that's supposed to be done. So this is your fabric you're going to be using. I'm just replacing it with the shot cotton. We have all the Konas here at the shop, but we don't have the different Essex linens in stock. So I couldn't replace it with that, so I'm going to do it with the shot cotton instead. Just for my example, you can do it the correct way. You have enough fabric. So let's get going on this, and I'm going to be doing A's today, not the B's it says on the top. So for an A, you're going to cut bottom right, top left. And these again are big blocks, so we're going to be doing them a little different where we have to cut them down, cut them slightly differently like we've done before. So we're going to lay these out. So this is my background. And I like this sparkly one.
That is super fun.
I wish I'd used it in a couple more blocks, but apparently I didn't. So, all right. So, I'm going to put all these together. I usually do them this way, so let's do it that way. So. And you need one each for this, the A. You need one each of the colors, and then you'll need 2 each of your, I did that backwards, didn't I? 2 each of your background fabric. And that's where I went wrong. I cut 4 each of the background and 2 each of the other. And so they're all cut and they're all sewn together, but you wouldn't get to see me sew today if I used the correct fabric. So again, we're making just the A's. We're not doing the top one, which uses the B. And the other thing to note here, again, I'm doing the 9-inch blocks. This one has a choice of, you can do 4.5, 6, 9, and 12. So realize if you're doing the 9-inch block, it's in the 3rd column, not in the 2nd column in your book. So otherwise you'll cut the wrong size and have to start over. So now we're going to just again do our 1/4 inch seam. Try not to stretch these. We're just going to chain piece all of these together. One here. It's a little bigger than 1/4 inch, isn't it? All right, there we go. All right, so now we've done all our A's. So we're going to press these again away from your background fabric. And I did that one wrong. Aren't you proud of me? All right, like I said, iron away from your background. So these blocks again are going to be too big for your ruler, so we're going to do what we did earlier. So we're going to take it, we're taking our block A, and And we're going to let's see here. We're taking our block A.
I think you had it the other way.
I did have it right, did I? See? Even I, who's
Just
done
looking
this.
at that
Yeah,
eighth at
there
the
we go.
top.
There we go. We need that 8 to the thing. So we're going to cut this. So these blocks need to be 3.5 by 6.5. So, so again, we're going to want to cut these a little differently. So we'll get our cutter here. So that at least gives us our angle. And then we're going to do, all right, so this is going to be 6.5. So we have 6.5, and then we're going to cut this corner here. And then we'll have our 3.5. Let's see here. There we go. So we have, all right, 3.5 by 6.5. So we're going to do that to all of them. So kind of tuck it in there. So we're getting started with this with our ruler here. And then we're going to take this and line it up so that we have finished that one. Going to turn this around, do that, and then we just need to do our 3.5. All right, and we have number 2. Let's do this again with these guys. And let's do this one. My ruler happens to be 6.5, if you haven't figured that out. And there we go.
So if your ruler isn't 6.5, you'll want to double check.
Double check,
before you
yeah.
get that. Before you go chopping.
There you go, yes. All right. So there's that one. Last one. Let's see. Double check here. And our 3.5, which is a tight 3.5. All right, so now we're done. So on this one, you're going to have to make a partial seam. So what we're going to do here now is lay these out. Let's see here. That goes there, that goes there. This goes here, this goes here, and here. And if you look at this, you're like, how am I going to sew that together? Because it doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with this piece and this piece here. We're going to lay these two together. Make sure this is at the bottom. And then I'm going to start stitching about right here. So this will be left open, okay? So it's a partial seam that you're making here. So I'm going to start about right here. I'm going to stitch it down. So let me go ahead and do that. So again, your 1/4 inch seam. All right. Trim that. So I don't have it all, I didn't sew it the whole way down, I left it partially open, okay? So I'm going to now, what I ended up doing, I ended up opening all these seams up. So, all right.
So you even press back the seam allowance on
A
that
little
one
bit,
too.
a little bit, not the whole way because you're going to have to stitch it. So, so there you have that, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew this one to this one. All right, so that one you sew the whole way. All right. See how pretty that nice little point is. Wow. I like to point out the pretty ones. I don't point out the ones that aren't working right. Okay. All right. So now we're going to sew this one to this one. And of course, my needle comes unthreaded. Let's see how cooperative this will be today. Nothing like watching somebody thread their needle. Had too much caffeine already this morning. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. All right. All right, so now we're ready to sew this one to this one. And that's why you had to leave your partial seam, because there's really no way to do it the way it's configured. Right. Open that one up. All right, and so now we're going to finish closing up our partial seam. So we're just going to fold this over and sew that together. So and I'm going to start from where I ended and work my way down. So just line that up where you were before. Put your needle in. And there you have that block done. So this is what we did today. This is actually the fabric that you're going to have done. So this would be your actual, what it would look like with the correct fabric in your block. So that's our number 7 of our Spring Mystery Box, and it's the Amish Whirl with using A's.